technology does is help form stronger human connections. When we spend most of our times online forming digital communities, you already know that you have something in common because you're part of a particular NFT community, in our case, Azuki. And when you meet each other, then it's like, hey, sometimes you just meet like a lifelong friend. What I think makes Azuki events special is we try to foster that right environment, make it, fun, make it creative, just amplify the culture that, all of us in the community has created. And the reason why you don't really see this happening across the industry is because it's incredibly fucking hard to do this.
Community work really means a lot to me because it allows people to create these connections and forget about everything else and just connect as human beings. The next level of just going to a great party is actually being an active participant in it. In person is super powerful for that. So a great party then means that people create group chats. That group chat is gonna stay after the party. That is gonna be like a long-lasting connection. Everything before an event and after an event that matters. I mean, the event itself is amazing, but if it was just like a party and then it's done, we wouldn't do it.
Forming digital communities is really important, and that's what NFTs has really helped facilitate, to form stronger connections between strangers on the internet. We try to evoke a different type of emotion. Obviously with the big ones, it's a lot of excitement, but with the smaller ones, for example, in assisting local communities with the Azuki Garden Tour, this is more about fostering community, getting holders within a geographic location to meet one another, learn about each other's backgrounds, and perhaps start doing something dope together.
The highlight throughout Azuki's history has been like really crazy events that everyone feels like, wow, this is one of the best party I've ever been. We want to keep that like a consistent thing that we're gonna do. So attention to details is actually like really important. And also the vibe setting, lighting. We want to make sure the venues have this like Japanese vibe. We want to make sure that there's like red elements into it. It has to be tasteful.
Another thing that was pretty challenging was really just finding the perfect place to host these events. What makes sense for us? Is there electric plugs for us to plug in a claw machine? Is there a proper flow that people can go through and experience the venue properly? Just so many little details. In terms of what's the most fulfilling, just seeing people's faces.
How can we create a collectible that's Web3 enabled, that allows us to gather larger digital community support for a specific local event? We started saying like, what if it was this? What if it was that? When we landed on the idea of like, it's a passport and you're getting stamps because you're traveling to these cities, it just sort of resonated as a physical item. At the end of the day, like this is only possible because there's groups of volunteers in Hong Kong, in Taipei, in Melbourne, in Shanghai, in Tokyo.
In a few months from now, if we had a great Tokyo event and the first episode of the anime anthology series came out and people liked it, I want people to just get a taste of this is what the future of Azuki looks like.
The anime relaunch is one of the biggest things for this year for Azuki. I'm throwing events in Tokyo, throwing events in Taipei, so it's like a lot more challenging, but it's also really fun at the same time.
I'm generally more in the background, and so when I really got to experience the people and just the atmosphere and that connectivity that we all get to share when being in a room together, it was just inspiring. I want people to remember that. It's a very special occasion for us to be able to extend these events throughout the world instead of just having them here in the US like we have in the past. Just remember how it feels to be with the community and feeling immersed in the Azuki culture in general.
So I want people feeling proud, I want people feeling excited, and I want people to feel like they can play a part in building this IP with us. We're able to do so much in such little time, and we're still just getting started.